First up,
not a sweep.
This one's going to take a while.
No,
because you've talked about him for quite some time, and I mean, definitely getting all name team consideration. We have Michael Brandsegg-Nygård. Did I get that?
Yes, nailed it. So that's the other thing. This is the Swedish region. Not all of them are going to be from Sweden. And by far, the number one prospect coming out of Sweden this year is from Norway. And he's easily the best ever Norwegian prospect we've ever seen hit the NHL draft. He is not in terms of like the draft, not in terms of the draft pedigree. This is by there hasn't been anyone close to Brandsegg-Nygård. He is already in terms of this draft class, he is absolutely one of the most well-rounded players, where he probably isn't even that far from being able to fit into NHL games. He's got good size. He's a decent enough skater. He doesn't have like top end speed, but he's incredibly mobile, like just in terms of like lateral and mobility, agility. He's great in transition. And his shot is an absolute joke. Like it is. He could like slap shot. People saw that too because he did play for Norway in the World Juniors this year. Norway, obviously, they were like, it felt like every game they were like a thorn in everyone's side until like the third period, and then there was just like the floodgates would open. They would just kind of hold their own. But he played well, I thought. But again, one of the most well-rounded players. He's a two-way forward. Again, not far away from like being NHL ready, to be honest with you. And before the World Juniors, like, I've never seen a hockey player have worse puck luck in his life. Like, I think he may have had 4 points in his first 20-something games in the Allsvenskan this year for Mora, IK, who is one of the better teams in the Allsvenskan. After World Juniors, I think he had points in like 8 of his next 10. He's scoring goals. He's making plays, getting assists. He kills penalties. Like, he can literally do just about everything. The one question that people are going to have is how much more development is there for him? Like, is this close to what he's going to be at the finished product? I think that's not necessarily the case, but like, that's where the, like, if you want to call it criticism, I guess, comes in. And if you want to question like the actual full-on NHL upside, he absolutely looks like a guy that can be a like 60, 70 point two-way winger. He'll kill penalties. He's got a phenomenal shot. Like, he could score. Again, just gives you a little bit of everything. So he is my favorite player in this draft class. I think anyone that gets him wherever he's going to fall, which I put the tier 12 to 20, just because some of the guys in front of him have like insane ceilings. And while his is quite high, I don't think he's necessarily going to look like Nikita Kucherov out there, like putting up 130 points every year. But again, already close to being like somewhat NHL ready. One of the most well-rounded players in this draft class. And he's having a great playoff too so far for Mora IK. He's got 3 goals and an assist in their 6 games, including an OT game winner. So love Brandsegg-Nygård, my favorite player in the class. I would cry if Minnesota ended up taking him after getting robbed of Fisker Molgaard last year. I think he went 1 pick before Kupalainen. One fucking pick. But yeah, I think the world of this player. Like, he is fucking unbelievable. So we'll see what happens. But I think the 12 to 20 is probably fairly a realistic range for him to go. And that's where I put his tier. Or his range, I guess.
It's beautiful.